Hello everyone, Shinto Bean here, playing some more Warhammer Combat Cards Ranked Mode. For this match, I'm going to be playing as the Aeldari, using a build that I discovered when playing against some higher ranking players. It is with the Zephyrblade, and it is mostly a ranged deck, but with two key units. We've got the Wraithfighter and the Wraithseer. Both of these are unique in that they have a powerful psychic attack in addition to their strong ranged attack. There are very few units in the game that have both of those. They also have Sonic Blast, so they're capable of dishing out lots of damage, and the advantage to having these guys in here is that it's better able to counter both ranged and psychic decks, because you just always have the option to go with either of those attack types. So I found it to be quite strong. I've been using it a lot this season, and I've only lost one game so far, and it was against Lilith. So we'll see how it does here. I've got quite a few weaker fodder units in here because the Wraithfighter and Wraithseer are both pretty expensive in terms of their points. We're up against the Avatar of Cain at level 5, so this is a pretty strong deck by the looks of it, and they actually have the initiative. So I think we're going to put down the Dire Avenger, just put down some of these weaker ones at first to see what they bring out. And I guess we can put we'll put the Warwalker down on the left side. The Scout. Okay, they got a Howling Banshee as well. Okay. Interesting. Alright, we'll put down the Corsair. And they'll start off with a melee attack. And we don't really have... The one weakness of this deck is that it has very little melee attack to counter with. The Wraithseer does get a pretty powerful melee attack at level 5, I believe. Unfortunately, it is one of my lower level cards because it's kind of on the newer end. I just haven't gotten many copies of it. I'm hoping it shows up in the card shop at some point so I can get some extra copies. But it's still pretty decent. Alright, and let's see, they got 2 Howling Banshees, and then the Succubus is coming to the field. Some pretty powerful. These are low-cost cards, but they're actually capable of dealing quite a bit of damage, and it looks like they're going with the Death Blow Avatar build, which is quite strong. And even without deploying their stronger units, they're actually destroying a lot of my guys here, so this is not going so great so far, but let's put down the Wraithseer. And I do want to avoid getting hit by the death blow. This thing only does 42 damage though, actually, so it might be better to take it out earlier on before it gets too strong. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and do that. Move the Wraithseer to the center lane. And go with another ranged attack. Got the Psionic Blast going off. Only deals 9 damage to each of them, but... Okay, and we should be able to kill a few of them here. Death Blow is going to trigger. And then the Howling Banshee goes down. Okay, that was pretty good. It got the bonus, but it was destroyed immediately afterward. And now the Succubus has 82 melee attack. That is quite strong. Drazhar deploying to the field. He's got Big Game Hunter and Jane Czar. Jane Czar is very strong. Now she's got Fear. So that's going to be a painful turn. Now we have 3 bodyguards remaining. The Wraithseer just took a lot of damage. And they have 1 unit left. I'm guessing it's the Solitaire. So I don't want the Wraithseer across from Drazhar with the Big Game Hunter. So I think I'll move it over to the left side, and we'll just put the Scourge down. This is going to be difficult because the Avatar has so much health. I don't know if we have enough damage to get through this. I guess we'll go with the Wraithfighter. Because if they do have the Solitaire at the end, that's going to be another death blow that we do not want to be triggering. Okay, we could go for the Psychic attack, deal a pretty good amount of damage there. But they have very little ranged to counter with, so we'll just continue with the ranged attacks. And hopefully we can just build up enough ranged firepower to blast through their ranks. Next turn, the outflank did reduce the damage from their melee attack here, so okay, it's looking actually pretty good here because I think the Solitaire will survive. So its death blow will not be triggering this turn, although that's going to mean that next turn is going to be a very painful one as well. When it does die, it's going to be dealing a lot of damage here. Okay, but we have one bodyguard remaining. Solitaire is at 115 melee, and it's going to get increased even more from the Inspiring Presence from the Avatar, and I'm thinking that Wraithfighter should not have been in the center lane. We'll see if that... Ooh, that was lucky. That was very lucky right there. The Wraithfighter survives with 2 health. And this is really not great, because we can't destroy the Solitaire without losing everything. So we can't even go ranged against... Oh, that was close. That was a little too close for comfort. That Sonic Blast almost destroyed the Solitaire there. So, obviously, do not want to go ranged because that will take out the Fire Dragon and the Wraithfighter before it gets a chance to attack. So, we're going to go with the charged up Psychic attack. 105 Psychic damage is not bad. And we're also getting a pretty good boost to our next ranged attack. So, hopefully, we will have enough ranged to take down this Avatar. But yeah, it's going to be very close. Lots of melee attack right there. Now, if only the Wraithfighter was on the right side, then it could still safely take out the Solitaire. But let's look at the numbers here. 159 melee, 153. Alright, do we have enough damage? Can we deal 186 damage with just 2 units? These are units that are just not very strong with their base ranged attack, but we got the Autarch, Zephyrblade with 77, and then the Scourge actually deals 82. Wow, that's a lot for a 7-point card. That is not bad at all. So we're dealing almost double damage, so we do actually have more than enough to take down that Avatar. The Scout and the Outflank really helped to charge up that ranged attack, so this worked out nicely, but it was very close. There were a lot of turns where units just ended with very little health, so one false move and it definitely could have swung the other way. But it made for a pretty interesting game. So there you have it, the ranged Psychic build for the Zephyrblade. I would highly recommend trying it out if you do have these cards at a higher level. The Wraithseer and the Wraithfighter. And the Wraithfighter doesn't really get a powerful Psychic attack until it reaches level 6, unfortunately. And the Wraithseer, he gets plus 20 stats per upgrade, so at level 6 is where it truly becomes a force to be reckoned with. So right now, it's not great, it's not terrible, but it is a lot of fun to play at. So let me know if you've ever tried something out like this, and if you do try it out, let me know how it works for you. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.